What is going on? I am Robert, and I just created a YouTube channel here to create some videos of various games that I like to play, but I decided one day that I'd just create my own game, and so that's what this channel is for a game I created called RisingPunk. To start us off, I just want to create an account and simply show you the basic login and just get an account started. Um, if you guys have any questions, obviously there are some bugs. I'm a solo developer, so I wrote this independently. I did all the code, front, back, database, everything. I put it into the Apple Store, and right now it's only available on iOS, but I do plan on getting it out on Android as soon as possible. I just want to verify that there's people out there that might actually be interested in playing this. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and get signed up here. Oop. First, I got to switch over to new identity, and then I can sign up an account. Now, I'm going to save you the boring stuff here because these screens were meant to kind of just explain what's going on. And the basic of it is you get to choose whether to be a you get to choose to be either a financial mogul, and that's your goal, is to play the game like as somebody who's financially dependent and who's going after the money and wants to get ranked highly in cash and get the highest cash flow, and basically own the most investment properties and do the most research based on investments. And then there's the other side of the game where you can be a hacker. And so the hacker side is building an army of bots. Now, bots are used to crawl and attack other players and hack their accounts and steal money that way. And so you can also get money by doing hack activity by building a robot army and then going and attacking other players. And we also have NPCs that you can attack, and you can level up and do that sort of thing. So you can choose to be whether you want to be a hacker type and build an army, or just fiscally fit and build up. Excuse me, I'm going to skip this stuff here and build up your money that way. So just kind of jumping in, I created an account and I skipped all that other stuff that would normally show you around. In this, you want to choose a handle. So I'm just going to choose to call my account Burnt Ends, and it meets the criteria. And for now, I'm not going to verify my email, but you definitely want to if you want to be able to retrieve your account. If you have Apple Sign In or Google Sign In, then it's easier because that'll automatically sign you in all the time when you verify your account. But if you have email or anything else, then you might forget your password, or something might happen in that realm where you essentially get locked out of the account. And if you can't recover it because you don't have the right password, and nobody's gonna, I couldn't verify whether that's your account or not, essentially that account would just sit dormant and get lost in the system and eventually be deleted. So make sure that you do verify your email as soon as possible. Up in the top right here, you have your profile, and you also have your account, and you can do an email verification if you skip it. So don't worry, that is available. And you can also change your handle. So if you want to just do anything else, as long as it verifies as unique and doesn't have letters, numbers, that kind of thing, at least 5 characters. I'm also going to start limiting eventually the number of characters you can have, so it doesn't go on forever and have these ridiculously long usernames, but that's not available right now. And it'll show up right here in your profile. You can go business, so it's a little bit brighter and easier to see if you're out and about. And then if you're like me and you want to go into more of a dark mode, you can go hacker, or go business for light, go hacker for dark. And then the profile avatar is right here in the top right for your profile, and you can always switch over between male and female. And eventually we'll have some various other different, not just male, female, but just like totally different characters that you can see. And so the account, you can also delete your account And if you do that, you actually have to type in your correct name, otherwise it won't let you, and that delete button will just stay doled out and disabled. And then content-wise, you can replay that intro, and you can skip through these again. Over to the right here, we have that skip button. And same thing here, you can continue. And I also have found out that we need to resize on some of these screens. But you can always replay that if you want to kind of be reminded of what each area does. Like you have your wallet that shows your income statement, your balance sheet, your cash flows, and this is more the area that you're probably going to spend time in. And this area here, if you want to invest in certain things and build up your cash flow, and if you want to build an army, you're going to go into this home location and then go into the garage, which if you can't see it as well in light mode, that's something I got to fix. But you can go into the garage and you can go into this bot assembly, and it's $1 per bot right now. So each bot is $1, and if I have 1,290, or in this case 1,300, then I could build and my cash will go to 0 temporarily. Now your cash that you automatically start with builds at $1 per second, and it updates every 10 seconds. So you're actually going to see $10 additional every 10 seconds up in your wallet balance. And then what you can do with these bots is this little hack rig here is what you're going to be working from whenever you want to attack another player. It brings you to a map. But right now, if you click on it, it says system breach detected. So right now we've been hacked, and we have to regain access and control of this particular system. In order to do that, you have to click execute exploit, and then you can go in and you can build up. As you're building an army, you'll see it update here. That just went from 40 to 50 on the breachers. And full disclosure, right now, another bug that I'm going to have to fix is that the Guardians are far stronger than the Freaks and the Breachers. I will eventually correct that, but they just attack way faster than the other two, and so they end up causing the most damage. So that's probably the type of army that you normally want to build, is those Guardians instead of the Breachers. But as those build up, you can come back over here, and I probably have enough now just with these ones. You can only do one type, so if you're trying to assign multiple types to a single battalion, it won't work. What you have to do is assign a single type. And so I'll just assign all of them to a single battalion here, and I'll go and attack the hacker, essentially the person who infiltrated my hack rig. I can go and I can attack them, and if you win, these middle things are called nodes, and you get control of them. Later, they will allow you to get bonuses for your army, and right now that's not currently enabled. I just haven't gotten to that part of the development. And the reason this is released without having completed everything is simply because I wanted to allow people to just try it out and see what they thought of it in general. And as you can see, I just attacked them from a way off place. Again, that's just another bug that I'm going to have to fix. But the bottom line is you win the battle, and then it tells you your results. It tells you what you started with, how many you lost, and what they started with, and how many they lost. And so in total, they lost 25, and I lost 12, so I technically won the battle. If I had lost more than they did, I may not have been considered the winner of the battle. So now that hack rig is open, and I can go right into it. And this is the map where you can see all other users, and you can see NPCs. And the 1 in the 10 there tell you how much, how strong they are, what level they are. And if you go back out to your profile here, you can see that I'm a level 1 with 0 experience, 0 total, and 0 out of 1,000 toward my next. But if you go into this map and you attack like a level 1, you say hack entity, and we go ahead and just put them all in there. Now this next battle, what's going to happen is when I win, you're going to see that I have experience that I gain, and after a certain amount of experience you level up, which also makes your bots stronger. So as you go up and attack higher and higher level bots, they continually get stronger and more difficult to defeat. There we go. And you also, as you go up in levels, you get more difficult to defeat and you get better at attacking. And so, oh, I didn't even show it, but let's make it now 232. That should go even faster. And they do randomly start at a different node, and then they randomly go to any attached node. The network lines and the nodes are going to be part of the main part of the battle, where you can ultimately select the bots that you have. They go to a random node, and later in the game, I want to make it more strategic, so you can actually select which node they start at. If you do the research that's necessary to unlock that feature, basically you'll figure out which node they start at, and then there's my level up. So now I have a level up of 500 experience, 1,000 hacker rewards. And if I continue, I can exit back out to my profile here and see Burnt Ends is at level 2, and I have my hack rig unlocked. I do not have my research center unlocked, which is this here. Once you have $50,000, that'll enable. And then you can build a research center where you can increase the power of your army, and it'll unlock antivirus shielding so that nobody else can hack you. And then you'll also get investment properties over here where you have 100,000 to unlock these, but then it increases your rate per second. And so if you go to your cash flow here, you can see my net cash flow rate is $1 positive per second. And then as I increase, I'll see in investment properties increase here, and I'll get passive income, and that'll increase my rate per second by the allowed amount. So this is just a very quick intro. I know I'm jumping around here a little bit, but I just wanted to give you kind of a sense of exactly what you'll be able to do. In these digital barracks, you can see your army that you've built up to this point. Once my bots are done building over here, oops, hack rig garage. So once my bots are done building over here, I can then start building a little bit more, and I'll build more of those guardians. I could build some freaks. As I mentioned before, the guardians are a little bit stronger right now. Later that'll change, so you probably want to build a little bit of each. But you could certainly build all guardians right now while I'm getting this all laid out and become much stronger than most of your opponents. Now, you can only bring a total of 250 of any bot type into a battalion, and you only have 2 battalions. So if I go into this here and I attack anyone, the maximum I can carry is 250 here, and then that leaves me with 128. So I assign those, and I only have battalion A and B unlocked right now. But what will happen is I'll build this research center, and then that'll allow me to eventually unlock all the battalions and increase the battalion or the army strength. So if we go back to that bot assembly, we have Mark 1 right here, but then we'll eventually have Mark 2s, and those bots will be significantly stronger and more expensive and take more time to build. And same thing with Mark 3 and Mark 4. And you have to unlock each of those. And then they also go up exponentially associated with your level so that you get bonus attack power on your bot aside from where they start out. So all that said, this is the basic premise of the game. Is you want to be able to go into your hack rig, attack all these NPC players, but you can also attack other players. So we have this ABC12, and I can hack another user, and I can go in there, and I'll just put 1 for now. Let's see if they have any bots. Nope, they don't, so I'll instantly win that one. Let's see if there's another user with some bots in there. Yeah, I know this one does. So I'll just put 1, and I'll lose this battle. But you'll be able to see what the defender, they can keep on sending. That guy has 10K troops right there and 958 of the other. And they can keep on sending massive amounts of troops, but they can hold up to 250,000 per battalion as a defender. You can only attack with a maximum of 250 per battalion, but the bigger army you build, the more defense you're going to have. And how to overcome that is later we're going to be able to put together hack crews, or in other words, just crews. And you can join a crew, and you and those other hackers can build up how many battalions you can send into battle, and you can build up the amount by doing that research, and you're going to be able to build up massive armies and then go into a crew, and all of you guys join a single hack together, and then you'll go and hack that player, and that's how you're going to be able to destroy the other players. And if you hack another player, you're going to lock up their lock rig, or excuse me, their hack rig again, so that'll get locked in. It'll be, depending on how bad they got beaten, basically, I'm thinking something like it's just going to be harder for them to unlock each time. And so they'll have to build a bigger army and have more strength themselves just to even unlock their hack rig, and it kind of locks them out for a temporary period of time. And if they can't beat it, they've got to wait for that period of time or defeat the enemy, which gets increasingly harder. So that's the basics of the game. And I do want to unlock, as a kind of final note here, I do want to lock in those crews chat ability. So I want to be able to hook up with a crew and fight other crews, and then chat with my crew privately in a live chat feed. And I also want to have a mail system and all sorts of stuff. So there are a number of things that I want to put together in this app that I just haven't been able to as a solo developer. But I did want to put it out here and see who might have interest in various pieces of this, so that if I do see that people are building accounts and making comments on these YouTube videos or sending me messages or wherever, then I'll be able to increase the features or do the features that are the most important to each person. I'll collectively get an idea, and I'll continue to develop what seems to be the pressing priority, and hopefully I can make this game something that everybody would want to play. Right now the map isn't very big, so if we go to the map, corner to corner, you have 0, 0, and then it goes all the way over here to 49, 49. But that's not a very big map. So that's definitely something that I want to change and increase the size, at least do a 500 by 500 type of map, 499 on the XY. But each tile has its own location, and you're assigned to that location, which again later I'll be able to make it so that you can move your home location wherever you want. But you should be able to see yourself and other players, other friends as they join, and eventually have hack crews, and we'll also have speed up items and all sorts of stuff. So I'll continue to introduce those in videos as I develop them, and I will get this out on Android as soon as possible so that we can open up the market a little bit more and see if there are any Android and iOS users that both want to, respectively, on the Play Store or on the App Store, if they would like to connect and fight each other or join each other on the server. If you have any questions or any suggestions, I'm always open to take those. I know that this has some flaws and some bugs, and some of the features don't work perfectly. I do plan on correcting all that, and if we're able to get a few users on here, first thing I'm going to do is, if I have a certain amount of users, then I could go to an investor and say, hey, I've got these users that are interested in this game, and I have proof in the pudding then. And hopefully that'll be able to get me an investment where I can bring on other developers and accelerate this very, very quickly and make tons of changes a lot faster. Until that time, I'm kind of stuck just kind of solo developing. So I'm happy to improve any of the areas where you feel it needs the most improvement. Please do reach out and leave me comments. If you like what you see, give me a like, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Thanks. See ya.